want to talk about obesity today. I just am so excited about this because we're helping so many people now. Thousands a month are coming to us with testimonies. It's just wonderful. And, of course, the medical system, this is no different here. This is where the medical system has failed us terribly. The government has failed us. They want you to believe that being overweight and obese is due to lack of exercise and to eating too much. Well, in January of 2009, and I've known this since 1978. If you look back at all the things we do for weight loss, it's the same story I have since 1978. But in January of 2009, Loyola University School of Medicine in Chicago came out and said, exercise will not help you lose weight. It will not help you cure obesity. Then 8 months later, a cover article in Time magazine based on that research and plus input from a lot of other universities was a cover article in Time magazine, August 2009, exercise will not help you lose weight. Okay? Will not cure obesity. Well, we're number one, following the doctors and the government's directions over the last 75 years. We're number one. That's the only thing we're number one in health in the world is obesity. Well, it's because they missed it by 1,000 miles. It's one of those deals where it's actually a nutritional deficiency, specifically mineral deficiencies. Every mineral deficiency, each one of the 60 essential minerals, if any one of them is missing, you get an increased appetite. That's one of the symptoms. The universal symptoms of mineral deficiencies is an increased appetite, cravings, binge eating. But there's several of them. If you're missing them, you're going to be one of these people who are 400 pounds, 600 pounds, 800 pounds, 1,200 pounds. These people are seriously deficient in these. In almost every case, they have a gluten intolerance. Now, wait a minute, you say, Wallach. Now, gluten intolerance causes malabsorption. That's right. Well, if you have malabsorption, how can you weigh 400, 600, 800, 1,200 pounds? Well, that's because you can absorb calories, but you can't absorb nutrients. And because you can't absorb nutrients, you eat more and you eat more and you eat more because of the cravings that are caused by the mineral deficiency. It's not the eating more. The eating more is a symptom. It's not the basic root cause. It's not a lack of self-confidence. It's not a lack of self-esteem or self-control. It is essentially a mineral deficiency. I want you to get a hold of that book, Hell's Kitchen. Get the book, Hell's Kitchen. And, of course, there's a CD that goes along with it by the same title, Hell's Kitchen. The subtitle is The Cause, Prevention, and Cure of Obesity. The Cause, Prevention, and Cure of Obesity. It also discusses type 2 diabetes and the metabolic syndrome, all of which are simple nutritional deficiency diseases. And I kind of lump them together because when you deal with one, you're going to be dealing with the others. Now, to deal safely, properly with obesity and being overweight, I want you to get a hold of the 90 essential nutrients appropriate for your body weight. I like you to start with something heavy because usually if you're an adult and you're overweight, you're going to wind up with some other problems, low back problems, arthritis, knee pain. You're going to have all kinds of weird stuff. And so you're going to need another pack other than just the minerals. So I'd take something like the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack is a good place to start unless you have high blood pressure and diabetes. Then I'd go with the Healthy Blood Sugar Pack, 1 per 100 pounds of body weight. Then I'd take the Slender FX weight management meal replacers. They're like $1.15 per meal. They only have 110 calories. Absolutely no sugar, so great for diabetics that need to lose weight. And then the ASAP. This is one of the biggest advents we've added to our program for obesity and being overweight since 1978. We used to have what we call the Ferret Fat Pack. Some of you may remember the Ferret Fat Pack. And boy, people would lose weight. It was a lot of fun. But we even added on to that. Now we have the Healthy Weight Loss Program, of course, and then throw in the ASAP. Now, ASAP is an acronym for as slim as possible, as soon as possible. It's a group of amino acids. You take that along with your 90 essential nutrients, which have the minerals in it, which very quickly your appetite drops. I mean, like within a week, you say, oh, my gosh, there's a huge difference here. That's because you're taking in minerals you've never had before, and suddenly now the appetite goes away. The Slender FX Shake, the meal replacer, helps you with portion control and calorie control. Each meal is only 110 calories, so you can have 3 meals a day. That's 300 calories. You have 4 meals a day. That's only 440 calories. Okay, so it's not like you're going to be starving yourself to death. And you can throw a couple of eggs in there. Each egg will add about 75 to 100 calories, depending on the size of the egg. And then the ASAP, I like, if you're going to need to lose 50 pounds or less, 1 bottle of ASAP per month. Put a dropper full under your tongue 30 minutes before each meal. It's almost like an intravenous injection when you put it on your tongue, leave it absorb through your oral tissues, do not swallow it. It'll go right into your bloodstream, goes up to your pituitary gland, tells your pituitary gland, hey, release some hormones here that help us lose weight. It actually is a accelerator for weight loss. Then, if you need to lose 50 pounds or more, I'd have you get a second bottle of the ASAP so you can take a second dose of the ASAP drops, one dropper full under your tongue 30 minutes before each meal, and then one 15 minutes before each meal. And again, you're going to lose anywhere from a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. I've had some people lose more than that, but a half a pound to 2 pounds a day is expected. And you're very comfortable during this time because you're not hungry, because you're taking in the minerals with the 90 essential nutrients. And it depends on what's going on. If the things you have, do you have diabetes? You need the healthy blood sugar pack. If you have arthritis, you need the healthy bone and joint pack. If you have heart disease and liver disease and that kind of stuff, if you have something like dementia, or if you want to say you have MS or Lou Gehrig's disease, I'm going to throw in the healthy heart and brain pack. Okay, and you're going to lose the weight. And the magic is, folks, you'll keep the weight off as long as you're staying on your 90 essential nutrients, because the minerals will prevent you from getting hungry. You'll never gain the weight back. That's the magic of the whole program. Well, stick with us. We're going to be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, this is one we've talked about in the past, but it's about vitamin D deficiencies. It's an ABC News story that's headlined, 8 Signs You Need to Be Getting More Vitamin D. Make sure you're getting enough of the supplement. And they go on to say these 8 signs. They start out and say the benefits of vitamin D are backed up by tons of research. And they say it gives you strong bones, improved mood, and more efficient weight loss. So you need to head to your physician to get your blood tested, but don't reach for the supplements quite yet. You'll want to make sure that it's a vitamin D deficiency, and then they outline some of the symptoms as muscle weakness, and this is all coming from Kimberly Mueller, a registered dietitian. She says decreased muscular size can be a result of not enough vitamin D in the muscle and nerve tissue. Sadness, according to a study that was published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, said women with low levels of vitamin D were twice as likely to have depression. Greater pain sensitivity, insufficient levels of vitamin D have been linked to chronic pain, especially in Black Americans. And they go on to say stress fractures, vitamin D promotes bone growth. If you're low in the nutrient, bones become weak, and the risk for stress fractures increases. Some studies show as high as double the risk if you have a vitamin D deficiency. And they go on to say high blood pressure. Vitamin D plays a role in heart health and help regulating your blood pressure. And if you don't have enough, your blood pressure can start to creep up. Sleepiness, a 2012 study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine said lower levels of vitamin D were linked to higher levels of daytime sleepiness. Extreme crankiness, they say your grouchiness could be PMS, but it could be low levels of vitamin D as it affects your serotonin in your brain, which also impacts your mood. Decreased endurance, they say studies have shown reduced aerobic capacity and overall endurance in athletes with low vitamin D levels. And, that's something we've talked about for a while. And there's even studies been done to show that probably 80-90% of Americans are vitamin D deficient because they listen to their doctors.
Exactly right. You don't need to have a blood test for vitamin D3 deficiency. If you've been listening to your doctor and staying out of the sun, use SPF 10 billion, sun blocker, staying away from vitamins and minerals, staying away from milk and eggs. Guess what? You have a vitamin D3 deficiency. You don't even need to do the test. And that's why we put vitamin D3 in the OsteoFX Plus. We put it in the powdered form as well as the liquid form. And it's just and we have the drops, the vitamin D3 drops. And so I like people to get about 3,000 international units of vitamin D3. We also have vitamin D3 in the triple truffle chocolate. There's 1,000 international units of vitamin D3 per piece of triple truffle chocolate, along with 500 milligrams of a very, very absorbable calcium. And so if you have 3 of those triple truffle chocolates a day, you're getting 3,000 international units of vitamin D3 and 1,500 milligrams of additional calcium. It's a fun way to get it. It's a lot cheaper than a doctor's visit and a prescription. Why would you go to a doctor's office for prescription vitamin D3? If you want to, people say, well, I don't even like chocolate. I'm allergic to it. You just go stand out in the sun for an hour in the morning from 9 to 10 before it gets too intense. You'll get enough vitamin D3 if you do that every morning. So there's no reason ever, I'm going to repeat that, Doug, there's no reason ever for anybody to go to a doctor's office to test for vitamin D3 levels. There's no reason ever to go to a doctor's office to get a prescription for vitamin D3. Doctors, what should I say, they create all these problems by giving people really, really bad nutritional advice, like stay out of the sun, don't take vitamins, stay away from egg yolks, don't drink milk, or other sources of fat and cholesterol. And then they want to charge you $300 for a blood test to see what your blood vitamin D3 is, and then they want to give you a prescription for 30,000 international units, for $200. Somebody needs to go to jail here. Well, thank you for bringing that one up. And we'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity and 90 for Life Crusade. We do have lines open. Give us a call toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. Again, that's toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. And if you want to live to be well beyond 100 chronologically, say 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, well, being biologically 30, 40, 50, contact your Longevity associate and ask for 2 books. Immortality, and the second one coming out just days away now, Epigenetics, Immortality, and Epigenetics. These 2 books are going to give you all the known information on how to live well beyond 100 and do it very economically, very cheaply, very safely. It's amazing how much we know, and of course, doctors will never share this information with you. So ask your Longevity associates for Immortality and the new book out, Epigenetics. Okay. Oh, yeah, throw in this new product, too, Immortalium, which goes with the 2009 Nobel Prize-winning science to extend the life of telomeres, the end caps on your chromosomes. Immortalium, the product, and Immortality, Immortality and Epigenetics, the books. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Ghana. And Lena, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Lena, you're on the air.
Yes. Hello, Dr. Wallach. Thank you very much for taking my call.
How can I help you?
I'm actually 42, and I had 2 miscarriages 3 years ago. I've never been able to get pregnant again. At the time, the doctor said it was a silent miscarriage at 8 weeks, and he said I had low proteinase levels, whatever that means. I've tried to look it up, but
sure,
that's something else. And that's where I'm at. I've done IVF before. It didn't work.
Okay, now, are you still cycling?
Yes.
Okay, now, how much do you weigh?
About 66 kg.
Okay, so that's about 140 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So what I'd suggest is this. You need to get off all the bad stuff. Bad stuff is equally as important here, and I deal an enormous amount with both infertility, which you're not infertile because you've gotten pregnant, and so infertility as well as miscarriages, high miscarriage rate, not being able to maintain the pregnancy. They're equally problematic, as you personally know. So none of the bad stuff. That means no fried foods. I mean nothing fried. No olive oil, no coconut oil, no margarines, mayonnaise, salad dressings, cooking oils, no oils. Then absolutely no fried foods of any kind. Absolutely no processed meats. That means deli slices, sandwich meats, sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, pepperoni, jerky, corned beef, Spam, canned meats of any kind, hot dogs, anything with those chemicals in it, nitrates and nitrites, can't have them. And then no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, or oats. No gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. That's going to maximize the absorption of nutrients. And then at 140 pounds, I'd have you take 2 of the healthiest heart and brain packs per month. 2 healthy heart and brain packs per month that actually has, let's see here, it has 6 products in it. 6 products in it. And I want you to take a full dose of each one of those at breakfast and a full dose of each one of those at dinner time. And I want you to call me every 2 weeks and let me know what's going on. And I would wait, if you can, about 3 months of being on the 2 healthy heart and brain packs twice a day so it's going to be 2 healthy heart and brain packs for a month, and that's going to allow you to have a full dose of each of the 5 products or 6 products, whatever's in there. 1 full dose for a breakfast, 1 full dose for a dinner. And I want you to go 3 months before you try for a pregnancy. I want you to just super saturate your body with all these nutrients. There's nothing worse than getting a full-term pregnancy and having a baby born with a birth defect because there was something missing. So you want to make sure you're really souped up with this stuff before you get pregnant. Call me every 2 weeks, Lena. We'll get you pregnant, and we'll get you through the 9 months. We'll be back after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Illinois. And Brenda, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Brenda. You're on the air.
Doctor. Hi, Doctor. Thank you for taking the call.
Yes, ma'am. How can we help you?
I'm in question about renal failure.
Okay.
4 years of renal failure and fluid restricted to 32 ounces daily. And I want to take the 90-plus life, and I want to know how to do it and what do you recommend for me to do?
Sure.
Which one
do you have diabetes?
Help? Diabetes, yes.
Okay. Type 2?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have, are you on dialysis?
Yes.
Have you had a kidney transplant or anything?
I'm just getting worked up for it, the physical, the dental, and everything else.
Guess what? You're not going to need dialysis.
Okay.
We're going to fix this. You don't need dialysis. How's that?
That sounds wonderful.
Okay. Now, what do you weigh?
170.
All right. And let's see here. Do you have any history of skin problems or asthma, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Any children with those problems?
I had 2 sons that died with renal failure. And a husband that passed with renal failure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Renal failure itself is not genetically transmitted. Very interesting. Are you guys farmers?
No.
Are you vegetarians?
No, not at all.
Okay. Let's see here. Again, no skin problems, no asthma. Did you ever have any problems with your belly, any constipation or diarrhea?
Basically, a lot of problems with the stomach, and they were telling me that I needed to have more protein, and I couldn't keep something on my stomach for a while. But then it ceased taking their medication. It kind of ceased.
Yeah. Did they give you a diagnosis like diverticulitis or irritable bowel syndrome or anything? Or
acid reflux.
Reflux. Okay. All right. Shar, are you there?
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Okay, this is right up your alley. What would you do for Brenda?
Okay, Brenda needs 2 blood sugar packs a month.
Okay.
She needs Ultimate Daily to open up the kidneys and get them to working again.
Okay.
And for the acid reflux, assuming that's what she has, she needs Ultimate Enzymes.
Very good. Perfect. You get an A+, girl. Okay. Brenda, are you a doctor, Shar?
Well, no. No.
Did you have any special courses in school?
Sure, I took a welding course.
How old were you when you took the welding course?
I don't know, about 30.
You were 30 when you took the welding course. Okay. All right. So hang on. All right, Brenda, Shar is exactly right. Because you weigh 170 pounds, you're close enough to 200 pounds. You need 2 healthy blood sugar packs, and that's going to help you deal with the diabetes. I want you to take your fasting blood sugar every morning before you medicate yourself, whether it's pills or insulin. And then as your blood sugar drops, you need to reduce your medication, just like your doctor taught you to do. When you get down below 100, you don't need medication anymore, but I'd still take your fasting blood sugar once a week to kind of keep track of things. Hang on. We'll tell you how to use all the rest of these products after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to Illinois and Brenda. All right. So, just briefly, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats, no sugar. And then, of course, the 2 healthy blood sugar packs. There's 1 full dose of everything at breakfast and dinner. That'll allow you to have 3 of the sweeties at breakfast and dinner. Test your fasting blood sugar in the morning before you medicate yourself. And as your blood sugar drops, less medication. You get down below 100 without medication. You don't need medication anymore. But do check once a week on your blood sugar to kind of monitor things, make sure everything's okay. Now, for the reflux, as Shar points out, you need the Ultimate Enzymes. I would have you take 1 or 2 of those, like a minute or 2 before each meal, with a couple ounces of water. That will help with the digestive process, reacidify your stomach, kill off any of the bacteria or the yeast that are growing in there, which cause reflux, gas, heartburn, pressure, bloating, that kind of stuff. Then the renal failure, also, Sharp pointed out, the ultimate daily tablets. I'd go ahead and have you take 6 of those a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner. That'll be 1 bottle a month of the ultimate daily tablets, and they're designed to support and promote healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries. Usually when people have kidney failure, there's nothing wrong with the kidney. There's nothing wrong with the kidney when you have kidney failure. Basically, what people have when they have kidney failure is obstructive afferent arteries, the little microscopic arteries in the kidney that carry the dirty blood into the filtering units. And when they get blocked, the creatinine levels begin to go up because your kidney can't work, not because there's anything wrong with the kidney, but because it can't get the dirty blood to work on. So the Ultimate Daily Tablets are designed to support and promote healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries and support and promote healthy blood pressure levels. So call us every couple of weeks and follow this very strictly, including the gluten-free diet, and I believe you'll be amazed at what happens. Call us every couple of weeks. Let us know your blood pressure, your weight, your pulse. Every time you go into the lab for dialysis, I want you to get your creatinine levels and let us know those. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Emmitsburg, Maryland. And Carmen, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Carmen, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi.
I called you a while ago, and my vision's gotten worse. I haven't asked you about eyes. I asked you about my mom. She had macular degeneration, but she didn't tell me she has cataract. And I didn't give it to her because she has so many other things she's taking, and my sister doesn't want her to take the vitamins. But my stepfather's going to be out of jail in a couple of months, and he said he will have her take them. So I wanted to get everything lined up so when he gets out, he can give it to her. So,
Okay.
So I need to know what for her eyes and then for mine. Cause
I'll say, so in addition to macular degeneration, she also has cataracts.
Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want you to get a CD for your mom called Seeing is Believing. Okay? This is a great story. It's a long story, so I'm not going to share it on the radio here other than just to say it was an apology by an eye doctor who said I couldn't reverse people who are legally blind with macular degeneration. And I did, and he kept his word, and he made me an apology in the form of a CD called Seeing is Believing. And, of course, it tells everything we do. I'm going to give you the short version of that. Cataracts are another story. Cataracts are more problematic. If you catch it early enough, you're able to stop it from progression. If you catch it right at the very beginning, the doctor says, you got the beginnings of cataracts, we'll watch it, and as it progresses here, when they mature, we'll take them out surgically. Well, at that point, when they first say, you got the beginnings of cataracts, it's reversible at that point. And basically, cataracts are caused by the same thing, essentially, that caused macular degeneration, consuming too many free radicals and not taking in enough protection. Okay, so Mama and everybody in the household has got to get rid of fried foods, processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, oils, including olive oil and coconut oil. Got to get rid of gluten, wheat, barley, rye, and oats. And, of course, have to get rid of alcohol, smoking, anything like that that's going to cause inflammation in the lenses of the eyes. Now, is your mom legally blind, or can she still drive, or what?
Oh, she doesn't drive because she likes being ridden around. But
I'm sorry, say again?
She doesn't drive because she likes somebody to take her places. She likes to have company.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how long it's been since she drove, but she can't hardly see the phone now. She can't read the letters on the phone.
Okay.
She uses a magnifying glass to read her Bible.
I gotcha. Okay. So, what does she weigh? How big is your mom?
She's down to 180, 178 or 180, something like
okay.
that.
How big was she her heaviest?
She was 225.
Okay, so she lost 45 pounds. Okay, very good. Good for her. All right. Well, what I want her to do is, Shar, you can chime in here. And how tall is your mom, Carmen?
She's about 4'11".
4'11". Well,
yeah,
she's 4'11".
90 pounds.
Yeah, she should weigh 90 pounds. So if she's 180, she's still 90 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Shar?
Yeah.
What will we do here?
I lost track of all the things she had wrong with her.
She's got macular degeneration and cataracts, and she's 90 pounds overweight.
Well, okay. She basically needs, she needs 2.
Mm-hmm.
I would give her 2 of the healthy brain and heart packs.
Good, excellent. Yep,
because there's selenium and stuff in there, which will help her eyes and stuff,
the cataract and the macular degeneration. Excellent. Very good choice for that. And what would you do for the losing the 90 pounds?
Well, she might as well take the ASAP. It'll work faster than anything.
Yep, very good. Okay, so Char's exactly right, Carmen. I'd have your mom take 2 of the healthy heart and brain packs per month. That will allow her to have 3 of the selenium twice a day. And the selenium are one of the strongest antioxidants we've got. It will help her with those cataracts and the macular degeneration. And then it also has 1 ounce of the OsteoFX Plus per breakfast and dinner. The 2 healthy heart and brain packs will allow her to do that. And then also she will be able to take 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast and dinner, and 3 of the EFAs at breakfast and dinner. All that will be accomplished by the 2 healthy heart and brain packs per month. Then I would also get her ORIC points above 100,000 a day, and using a 0-calorie source of antioxidant points, Char, how would you get her to 100,000 ORIC points a day?
Cell Shield RTQ could do it.
Perfect. I'd have her take 5 of those twice a day. That'll be 6 bottles a month because they're small bottles, and so she needs 5 of those capsules twice a day. The Cell Shield RTQ, R is for resveratrol, T is for turmeric, and Q is for quercetin. We need this heavy-duty antioxidant stuff to begin to nibble away at the degenerative accumulation in the retina of the eye to help us resolve the macular degeneration. Then, let's see here. I think I would also have her, as Char says, take 2 bottles a month of the ASAP, as soon as possible, I'd have her take a dropper full under her tongue 30 minutes before each meal. I'd have her take a dropper full under her tongue 15 minutes before each meal, and she's going to very healthily lose anywhere from half a pound to 2 pounds a day. And a portion control is a problem because of habit. There's a cheap way to get the calories down, portion down. Get the Slender FX weight management diet. It's only 110 calories per serving and no sugar. Great way to start. Call us every couple of weeks. Let us know how Mom is doing. We'll be back after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity, 90 for Life Crusade. And Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Kansas. And Sue, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Sue, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. Thank you.
How can I help you?
A week and a half ago, I called and you told me to go to a chiropractor, get an ultrasound high resolution to find out what this knot behind my knee was. They didn't have that equipment, but he did examine me, and he said it was a Baker's cyst.
Okay, good.
And that's what I need to get rid of.
Okay, sure. Well, Baker's cyst behind your knee is very similar in cause to the ganglion cyst in the back of people's hands and their wrists and everything. This is a tendon sheath that has a balloon in it because you're lacking enough of a mineral. And Char, which mineral is it when you have these things? Kind of like aneurysms and arteries.
Copper.
Copper deficiency, exactly right. Okay. And do you have gray hair?
Not very much, but a little.
A little, okay. Do you have anything like varicose veins or hemorrhoids or these little...
left ankle.
Huh?
I have a little bit of varicose veins on my left ankle.
Well, there you go. And spider veins and that kind of stuff, right? So, it's all caused by the same thing. What do you weigh, Sue?
I weigh about 125, 130, and I'm 5'5".
Okay. And do you have any other issues, diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis?
No. I do have a thyroid, but I'm doing Ocean's Gold. And I have, sometimes I have numbness in my hands.
Have you ever had a neck problem or rear end collision in a car?
No. I've really been very fortunate. I have never been on a medication. I haven't been to a doctor for 30 years.
Well, let's see if we can keep you that way.
Yes,
Now,
thank
is
you.
this numbness and tingling in both hands?
Yes, but not. It's
Okay.
usually like in the mornings.
Yeah, I understand. When you wake up. Now, you say you're on Ocean's Gold. Are you on any other longevity products?
Oh yes, I do. I have done since like October. I do the Tangy Peach Fusion and the powdered calcium, and I also I was doing like 9 to 12 glucogel a day, and you told me to go up to 15. So I'm doing 15 glucogel. I do 3 selenium a day. I also had extra bottles before I met longevity of collagen type 2. So I do a couple of those in the morning. I've pretty much given up sugar. I don't.
What about gluten?
I don't eat very much. I'm not hungry. It's a good thing. I mean,
what about
I
gluten?
Do,
what about gluten?
I'm almost kicked that. But
Okay.
the oil is a challenge to me. But I've given up just about everything except eggs.
Good. Okay, well, eggs are good, but you want to watch the gluten. And everybody in your household also has got to be gluten-free. Because you could be 100% gluten-free, but if there's anybody else in your household who's still eating gluten or it's in the house and dry dog food, that kind of stuff, there's going to be cross-contamination on the couch for people who watch the TV, dog food, cat food, that kind of stuff, in the laundry, in the sheets and the beds. It's just impossible to escape it if anybody else in the house is eating gluten. So the whole household's got to be gluten-free to maximize your absorption. And just keep going and just work on getting the whole household gluten-free. And give us a call in a couple more weeks. Let us know your weight. Let us know your blood pressure, all that kind of stuff. And Shar is only, I don't know, she's 5'1". How much glucogel do you take a day, Shar?
I take 12. And you know what she needs to do, Doc, for the numbness in her hands is take Ultimate Daily that'll stop that.
Yeah. Okay, have you shrunk any in height, Sue?
You know what? I used to be 5'5" and 3/4, and when I went to the chiropractor, I was 5'5". So
you lost 3/4 of an inch.
But I'm 60. Yeah. I'm 60 years of age.
Well, shrinking is not an age-related thing. It's you're missing stuff. Okay, and I believe that might be, and Shar could be right. There could be some circulation stuff, but the fact that you're okay until you wake up in the morning and then you have this numbness in your hands, that's usually a peripheral neuropathy, especially when it's in both hands. You have a shrinkage of the disc between the vertebrae and the neck, and is putting pressure on the roots of the nerves going down, brachial nerves going down into your arms. And that's what I'd bet, especially since you have that shrinkage. And so it wouldn't hurt to put some CM cream on your neck. That can't hurt. It relieves some of that inflammation. But call us every couple of weeks, bring us up to date. But this will come right. This is all easy stuff. Well, thank you, Shar. Good job. Thank you so much, Doug and Susan. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.